Hello, I am Xarkun. This is World of Warships Legends. Vladimir Trubetskoy on the screen, rank 16. He's the commander helming the legendary Soviet destroyer, Khabarovsk. And I've got a pretty good game in the Khabarovsk here on the map north for you. It is a domination mode game. And I think for the thematic purposes of this video, we ought to talk a little bit about scoring plays. At least, scoring plays that can be made in domination mode games. Obviously, if the objective is to win a domination mode game, then there are a couple of ways you go about doing it. The best, most secure way of doing it is capturing 2 out of the 3 capture points and holding them for the majority of the game. That usually means a capture point on a flank, such as Alpha or Charlie on this map, and then a capture point in the center, such as Bravo. Ideally, your team goes to one flank, say Alpha, wins that flank, captures the capture point, eliminates any resistance there, and simultaneously your teammates in the center do the same thing at Bravo. You get both of those caps, you turn to the last remaining flank, and you deal with the enemies pushing in from there, provided that they have won that side. Hold on to the caps, your points build, eventually you get to 1,000, and you win. At least that's the general strategy for domination mode games. Another way to win a domination mode game, and this way is the most difficult, least reliable, and least secure, that is to kill all of the opposing enemy ships. And that, the latter thing, is what is going to happen in this game. First up, enemy Shimakaze, who outspotted us by a country mile there, trying to capture this capture point. We get close enough to him to spot him. Obviously, he has launched torpedoes at us, or else it just took him a very, very long time to get his turrets on target, but he slows down enough to go concealed inside of his smoke screen. Shimakaze, of course, very valuable target. He is sitting on the cap. He has concealed himself and blocked sight on me, which means I'm now undetected, so I do feel a little bit more secure about pushing in here and trying to oust the Shimakaze. He is probably a one-shot kill at this point. If I can get him off the board, then I can probably secure this Alpha cap. And the Khabarovsk, not the stealthiest destroyer known to man, 6.9 kilometer detectability by sea on my build, incredibly visible. Not always the best at taking caps, unless you can eliminate your competition. And there is the Shimakaze. We fire at him, but our teammates actually take him out, and that's unfortunate because that means we get spotted, so we do have to disengage. Although this Alaska, which is a radar cruiser, was closing in on our position, so we would have had to have disengaged anyway. Looks like we are not going to be able to take this cap. And the Khabarovsk really is not a good capping destroyer due to its poor concealment. However, it is an incredible damage dealer due to its 8 fast reloading 130mm Russian guns. So this Alaska giving us some broadside, we're going to switch to the armor piercing, and you can see we're chunking him for little bits of hit points here and there. He's firing AP back at us, which is going to be largely ineffective. There we get about 2,400 on that little volley from the 2 rear turrets, and that was just the 2 turrets. Once we can open up with all 4 and the armor piercing, we can get salvos worth 3k, maybe even 4k if we're very lucky, provided we hit that soft superstructure and upper armor belt. Of course, now we've switched to the high explosive in order to light a fire. Khabarovsk, very good at lighting fires, basically like a blowtorch. We've already lit 3 fires this game. Alaska Damage Con, the first one we lit on him, and so now he's got a second that's going to burn for quite a bit. So we're going to switch back to the armor piercing now. He does tag us there with his armor piercing, and the results are largely ineffective. Unfortunately, we do hit the border, which stalls our forward momentum. Gonna have to turn around now, but this should make it even more difficult for Alaska to hit us. Yeah, his salvo's not even in the ballpark. And just as we get him down to no hit points, the friendly Prinz Eugen finishes him off. That's going to be a theme in this game. We're up to 53,000 damage there right now, actually, which means we, in terms of raw damage numbers, removed most of the Alaska's hit points and most of the Shimikaze's hit points. Even though we didn't get the kill, we did remove enough of their hit points that we're going to get a lot of experience out of that, and you will see that reflected in our final score. Experience is less weighted on kills, more weighted on how much hit points, or how many hit points you remove from an enemy ship. We got close enough there to one of those Grosse Kurfürsts to launch a salvo of torpedoes. Torpedoes only have a 6-kilometer range on the Khabarovsk, and obviously my concealment at 6.9 kilometers makes it impossible to launch them from stealth, except in the cases where ships are pushing toward you. The torpedoes are quite fast, and as you can see, they do hit quite hard. They're not enough with 4 torpedoes to take down the Grosse Kurfürst, but we've caused flooding, which he's damage conned, so we should be able to follow that up with a fire, and there it is. He's not going to be able to put that out. Now that he's burning away merrily, we'll switch fire to this broccoli camo Grosse Kurfürst. What an interesting camo scheme, I just have to say. This is that new St. Patrick's Day camo that they just released, I think, on Tuesday or something. I don't know what you guys think about it, but can't we get some more, like, historical-looking camos, or at least camos inspired by historical camo schemes instead of these strange, solid-color, bright orange, like that horrific cheese camo and solid green? Honestly, actually, you know, never mind. It doesn't look as bad as that horrific Transformers camo, so I digress. In any case, Grosse Kurfürst number 1 burning merrily. Grosse Kurfürst number 2 fires his guns, so we are safe for the moment if we fire at him. He takes a nasty chunk from one of our teammates there. We're hoping to light a fire as he turns away, and ideally we want to sail out of his secondary range. The secondaries, as you can see, are not supremely accurate, but we're out of our repair party consumable right now, so any damage we take is damage we're going to have to live with for the rest of the match. That first Grosse Kurfürst, he is probably pretty irritated since he took 4 torpedoes and got lit on fire afterwards. Both of them actually fire at us, but we're able to escape with only losing a couple of thousand hit points, or maybe like 1,000. We're playing at range now, though. That's where the Khabarovsk strong suit is. Just on the edge of our detectability, we actually get out of it and get out of our max firing range. But one of our shells hits and does cause a fire. And now, as we reapproach the 2 GKs, it would be a good idea to take a look at the map and the point situation. The enemy has secured both Bravo and Charlie. Both Grosse Kurfürsts are inside Alpha, but as long as I have anything to say about it, they're never going to secure it, so long as I keep resetting them. We do take a nasty hit there, though, which puts us down to 4,800 hit points, and we're going to have to play a little bit more carefully now. Once again, this GK is on fire, and so once again we are switching to the armor piercing, and you'll get another chance to see the efficacy of that against a broadside battleship. 12. Let's see what these other volleys get. 15, about over 2k there. Yeah, so pretty good damage. The AP is nothing to sneeze at. Anyway, that Grosse Kurfürst is going to go down here. It's just a matter of who secures the kill. And like the Alaska, I do not secure the kill. Instead, one of my teammates does, despite my doing a ton of damage to that GK. We're over 200,000 damage now, and the other GK, having lost his friend, is looking none too healthy. But once again, enemies control 2 of the capture points. We're being beaten 516 points to 255, and that 500 number is only going to continue to rise because the enemy holds the caps. And this is why holding the caps is the most efficient and secure way to win domination modes, because you get an income of capture points. You can see our 255 points are static. We have no income because we hold no caps. The only way for us to get points right now is to sink enemy ships, and there are less than 5 minutes left to go in the game. We finally get a kill on a ship there, even though we could have gotten kills on, at this point, 3 ships. 211,000 damage done. Suddenly things have been turned around. There are only 2 enemy ships left versus 4 friendlies. And so we're going to go to engage them. At this point, the only way we're going to win is if we sink both of these ships. It's a Mogami and an Amagi. And we have a good chance of sinking both of them. Our Yamato looks like he's probably going to go down, though. There is another battleship out there to the eastern side of the map behind those islands, hopelessly out of position. He's not going to be able to influence this game at all. Tip for you: if you go in a battleship, don't go where that one is on the eastern side of the map behind those islands. All you do is take yourself out of the game for as long as it takes for you to sail back in range of the capture circles. Anyway, Amagi's on low health. We're going to start opening fire on him. The high explosive is able to hit his superstructure and penetrate for damage. We're up to 212,000 damage now. Mogami is sitting out there stationary. I don't know if he's under fire, but okay, maybe he's not stationary. In any case, he's pretty exposed, and that's probably not going to end well for him. Can I get the kill on the Amagi? Yes, I can, just as the Mogami goes down, and we are going to win the game. There's the kill. So, unfortunately, we were put in a situation where we did have to kill all enemy ships. This is not the situation you want to be in, because it doesn't always work out in your favor. You want to get the caps instead, but if you can't, then it's good to have something like the damage-dealing Khabarovsk. Hope you enjoyed the video. If so, give it a thumbs up, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.